Hello, Dayspring Dreamers. I've come up against the same problems in my life, and although I've been running from them because the solution seems so ludicrous, so is the running. And I've honestly come to the same solution. Not everyone understands it, not everyone's gonna get it, but it makes sense to me. And it's what I can do, it's what I feel motivated towards, and it's a step forward. It's a step in the right direction, and that is to create the album Dayspring. To rest myself on the altar of art and hope that the Lord has mercy. I downloaded a 30-day free trial of Ableton, and I have this place to record, and I have time to do it, kind of, and my computer may be running out of space, and I may be running out of time, but I'm just hoping to get as much as I can do right now, and cross those bridges when I get to it. Because I can't really think of anything else to do. I just need to go forward. You know this, Dayspring Dreamers. If you've been along for the journey, if you're new, welcome. I wish I could say that I'm not this unhinged and crazy in the other videos, but I am. And if you're here for that, check it out. I'm going to be starting with the first track. And, you can say it's starting over, but in the words of Kermit, it's not starting over, it's just moving on. I'm trying to approach this with the Muppet mentality that I had in those original videos, the original video demo music videos. But I want to blend it with the philosophy of the demos that I did all in a rush. As much as I would like to totally be free from the binds of necessity, I'm not. But that doesn't mean they have to rule me. They just provide context. It's a triumph over necessity, and that's the point. But I can't just totally pretend that it doesn't exist. That's insane. Because it's in that context that it's a given form. And so it's something I have to embrace. I still don't have the mic stand for the amps. I can hang the guitar one over the end of the amp, but I can't do that for the bass. But I'm breaking ground today, because I only have 30 days. So, without further ado, welcome to the studio. I have this amp, I have this amp, I have this microphone, I have this microphone, and you better believe I got this one too. This is my interface. Everyone memes about what interface you use. This is my interface. Here I have the bass guitar that I've had since I was 14 years old, given to me by a family friend in a great act of kindness, which, as longtime viewers know, cannot be tuned without using a pair of scissors to go straight into the tuning peg. Here is my Squier guitar, Jaguar. And here's my candle to St. Jude, the patron saint of lost causes. I'm going to be breaking ground on the track Run. I'm going to start by doing a scratch track, do some drums, and honestly just see where things go from there. I need to do vocals, which I think I've gotten a lot better at singing. And I need to figure out some way to do bass, some way to do little effects. Yeah, I'm just gonna, honestly, I'm gonna have fun, but I just need to get started right now. To me, to my brain, way simpler just to and you can call me whatever you want. You can say whatever the hell you want, but listen, I'm recording in a closet, homeless transsexual with a Squier guitar. Yeah, you're gonna say, oh, it sounds like GarageBand. If that's honestly your first critique of me, I think I'm doing something right. Because Lord knows the mistakes I make on a daily basis far exceed this. I would like to apologize to the people of Berlin, but I'm not going to. And if you know anything about me, and if you know anything about Berlin, I think you can see why that's kind of obvious. I will say, I deleted GarageBand off my computer in order to download Ableton because I'm running out of storage space. So now I'm going to delete Ableton and re-download GarageBand. The forces of Satan and demonic intention are once again trying to destroy this project. I don't know if y'all can hear this, but there's like a loud, low-pitched, whirling, spinning noise in here. And it just started, and it's everywhere around here. I don't know what's going on, if it's some new supersonic secret weapon or whatever, but it's really annoying, and I was doing vocals, and, you know, it really threw a wrench in my plans. I liked kind of what I was doing. At first I was like, ugh, you know, but I just had to EQ it and add in a little bit of reverb, and I was like, okay, it's fine. And also I was recording like in this closet, which isn't ideal, and once I started like the recording with my face in the clothes, I had a much better time at things. Still, it's not quite where I want it, and I don't want to do, you know, the trickery that you can get away with in a studio. I think I would get so lost in it, and it would take so much time. I want to do one vocal take, and then like maybe I would do like overdubs on the side of it, but even that, just one of that with little editing. And one main vocal track. I don't want to like splice together. I really kind of did enjoy doing the demos, even though they're not perfect. It's not ideal. I enjoyed it because it through the restriction and the loss of control, I had to kind of get more fucking real, and I lost control over the narrative a little bit. And, you know, in the vlogs as well, I lost control over the narrative, and the looser my grip got, the better I felt, and the better I had to be, the less I could hide behind, the more honest it was, the better the story was. That's what I want to get at. That's what I'm trying to get at. And, you know, now there's this low-pitched whirling noise. Is it a force of Satan? Or is it forcing me to surrender? And now it goes off. Now it stopped. It stopped. I like the new way I'm doing things. I'm writing the as I produce it now, I'm realizing that a lot of the original enthusiasm and gusto that carried over into the music and like the silliness and the goofiness is kind of missing in the tracks. And I feel as though I lost something, but also those original things are still there. And I can't ever go back to who I was as a person. There's only going forward. We must always evolve. And honestly, the production and everything, it's more in line with what the lyrics are actually saying and getting at, and what the point of the album actually is. Which I think is cool. Again, I'm losing the control over it. I think, honestly, the silliness of it all was a defense mechanism in the first place to hide me from the truth of the emotions. But I've had many a breakdown since then. Listen, I'm a more mature person. I'm a wiser person. And I'm making these with a solemn tone in which they were written. And I just now feel like I have the perspective to actually do it through. I also like doing it with, you know, the one take thing. Each thing doing the one take, splicing, layering stuff over one take. I like that idea. It keeps me from getting lost in the infinite, and it keeps me from having to do as much work as a producer, which is not what my main strong suits are. Like I'm doing this on GarageBand, which I think will be really cool. I think it'll be really cool in the end, because like half of why I'm doing it is to say, hey, you can do this all on GarageBand. Hey, Just make. Just start creating. Just do your shit. Just do as much as you can with what you got and with where you're at, and figure it out later. Drop what you're doing. Create. That's a big message. I think creation is next to liberation. And now that the whirling has stopped, I'm gonna go back to singing my trans heart out. Hey. I got the vocal done right after that video. I got the vocal, and I liked it. I'm gonna go with it. Yesterday I did a little bit of a lead guitar, but just as like a preliminary run through to work out some ideas, and I thought it was cool. Mostly I watched Adventure Time with some friends that I caught up with, and which I've been trying to get into it. Like, I was never into Adventure Time as a kid, but I always felt like I was missing out. And also, I went rock climbing, and I really like to go rock climbing. I don't have a place at any gym, but I was taken, and I was brought to go climbing with some great friends of mine. I don't know if any of that's interesting to anyone, but suffice it to say, I'm sore. My body's sore. But you know what? A Dayspring Dreamer never stops. And, yeah. I mean, it might be somewhat kind of silly, I think, for, like, so much of my revolutionary politics to be built around creation as, like a silly album or whatever. But honestly, I feel like within transition especially, the representation is so atrocious. And, I don't know, I feel like this is, like, the real bursting out from it, from the contradictions of all the illusions built in that system. It's breaking out. Do I desire the end of the nation state? Yeah. I think just, I just gotta say it how it is. Yeah. I would definitely consider myself a political dissident. I feel like, the best music is done by political dissidents. And what I'm doing is music, but also with it's art, and with art there is politics. I think art is sometimes praxis. I think it can also be definitely counter-revolutionary, and it can be a push of one's own insecurities and everything into the capitalist machine, and there can be lots of barbs in there, but I don't know, this is what's meaningful to me, and I do believe music has a great organizing effect, and it has a great effect in raising the consciousness, and yeah, fascists can't do art. They really can't. They can try, but they're really terrible at it. It's the best they can hope for is kitsch, but even that they're not aware that that's what they're doing. They're so locked in themselves. Anyways, down with the imperial order, down with the empire. I'm very disappointed in Chapel Rowan. At first she was, I saw her in the community really, get people amped up. People were really kind of feeling it, and she criticized the liberals on Palestine. And, then she does this interview. She's like, oh, it's not the place of a pop star, like, to talk about politics. I don't have time to talk about politics and work out. I don't have time to educate myself and work out and be a pop star and this and that and the other. Trump gets elected and all of a sudden you don't have time. All the while you're prancing around stage with makeup derived from trans culture. Okay. Cool. I think I'm ready to add bass. I don't really know how I'm gonna do it because I still don't have that mic stand. But I think I can just like put it nearby or something And I don't know. I don't know how people are going to react to this, and if this is going to, I'm trying to, oh my goodness, I'm trying to separate from the outcome and just tap into why I'm doing it in the first place, which is that there's something inside of me that needs to get out. There's something that needs to be expressed still, and I feel like I can do it. I feel like I need to do it. And mic stand or not, the Dayspring dream cannot be stopped. I figured out a solution for the mic stands and stuff. For the bass amp, I got this. I just saw this in here, and I intuited that I can just cut a hole here and just put this in here, and then there are all these holes, and I just, I took this from work, it was trash, back whenever I worked at the Mellow Mushroom, and, I just, would store shit in it, and I brought it here when I brought the cables back and stuff, but, I'm gonna move this. I can just, put a hole in it, do that, and then there are these holes, and I can just run the wires through that. Don't even need the mic stand. I can just do that. And also, here's the real trip. I can do this, put it up, and now I can do guitar more efficiently in the future. Whoa. I swear it works. Like that. Check this out. What? What? Do you think you can stop the Dayspring dream? Do you think any of y'all can stop the Dayspring dream? People tried. But I got divine providence. Alright? Or something. I think it's divine providence. Anyway, I'm gonna record the bass line. Because, figuring this out is cool and all, but I actually have to record the parts. And that's where the divine providence really gotta come in. I hope I don't get too hubristic, because that comes before the fall, and if I come in with that energy recording this bass line, I know I'm going to be destroyed, because I've gotten worse at bass. I have gotten, I think, worse at bass. I don't know. I feel the cracks and the lack of talent, and it's driving me insane. Cracks and the lack of talent. That's a reference to the artist Soko. I didn't come up with that. It's a bit cramped in here, I will say. It's a bit cramped. Oh shit. It's a bit cramped in here, I will say. I'm having trouble with the bass part. I've been trying for a little bit. It's kind of hard because the closet doesn't really have enough space for the bass. And I'm sitting here and having to angle it around. And I have one of these jacks on the end, so I don't want to squish it. This is all I got. This is my livelihood. And if I squish it, I'm toast. So I've been trying to angle it. And it's been this whole thing, but also I just can't get it down. And this microphone sounds like shit. It's meant for recording bass drums and can be used for bass amps, but it sounds like shit. And I'm playing like shit. And I get so into the silliness of it, of the mythology of it, of this is what I'm doing, here's how I'm doing it, this is this is that I lose sight of the actual bigger picture, and that is, it's really scary. Trans, Texas, time is running out, and I'm, seeing messages, everyone asking each other, where are you going, what are people doing? Where are you moving? Where are you moving? Where are we scattering to? Where are we running to and hiding to? And It's terrifying. And I'm just here in this man's apartment, and I can't even get the fucking bass track down. Thought if I could make it into art, I could do it. If I could make it into art. But and I'm exhausted. My body hurts. I think it's because of the rock climbing. I don't know. It's just... I need a miracle. And, because if I get this down, what does it even do? What does it even do if I make the best fucking shit in the world? If I play with fingers like flames, what? I don't even know what I'm gonna do. My house of cards is collapsing quite quickly, it feels like. I don't know. I'm gonna get it down. I'm gonna get the track down. I got the bass done. Actually. I just did it. One take through. I don't think that was luck. I don't think that was happenstance. I don't think that was skill, though, either. I think I had unblocked some spiritual energies. And I had some good conversations. I had some good engagements. I read some essays. And things are all right. I think I'm going to be doing a little bit of banjo over what I have so far. I don't really have a way to record it other than this. I'm going to see if that works. I'm just going to do like harmonics on the banjo. And yeah, I'm just going to do harmonics on the banjo and see what happens. I'm just feeling creative. I'm feeling curious. I got the banjo stuff done. It's not really that important. It's just like harmonics on the top. I want to talk about that essay that I read by Porpentine. Oh, fuck. It's by Porpentine. It's a game designer. And it's called, you probably already know, Hot Allostatic Load. And it's really good. And it shook me and it comforted me all at the same time. And I want to read a little bit on it. I'm going to link to the article, of course, but I'm going to read a little bit under the section of trash art. When I was really bad, I wrote, "Build the shittiest thing possible. Build out of trash, because all I have is trash. Trash materials, trash bodies, trash brain syndrome. Build in the gaps between storms of chronic pain. Build inside the storms. Move a single inch and call it a victory. Mold my sexuality towards immobility. Lie here leaking water from my eyes like a statue covered in melting frost. Zero effect. Build like moss grows. Build like crystals harden. Give up. Make your art the merest displacement of molecules at your slightest quiver. Don't build in spite of the body and fail on their terms. Build with the body. Immaculate is boring and impossible. Health-based aesthetic." Whoa. I put in some guitar. I put in some greasy guitar. And I put in some banjo. And I'm no longer staying at the man's apartment. I'm no longer at the man's apartment. And here's the studio. So there's the studio, and I'm just sitting here working outside, finishing things up. I'm trying to work, but all I really have are these headphones, and I'm not trying to do too much with the context of this. Like, it's good to listen to shit on bad headphones so you know that it'll sound okay on bad speakers, but you can't make too many creative decisions that way. Otherwise, you're up a battle. Anyways, sorry, I just read a text. I'm playing chess with a friend, and I'm totally destroying him. Sorry. Anyways, I'm out here working. I left my key at a different friend's apartment, and my other friends are out rock climbing. So I'm just like kind of working out here. It's a little bit chilly. But I have this epic handy dandy bathrobe, so I think I'll be just fine. I'm working on doing like the visual accompaniment that I'm gonna put on YouTube, and also have like lyrics up for it and stuff. I'm not doing the whole music video stuff. Come on. Really? Hello, Dayspring Dreamers. I'm coming to you from a dog crate, and it's not what you're thinking. This is just a pretty good vocal booth that's at my friend's place, and they said I could use it. I kind of feel pretty comfortable in here. It's pretty cool. I always sleep like with my, like this, like kind of curled up in a ball. That's just how I'm most comfortable. And, there are like these blankets and stuff. It's all pretty cool, but, I digress. I'm in here for business. I'm here for business. And it's to record the, some like other vocals, like, in the background. I'm going to do like some harmonies maybe. I'm going to be doing like a la 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 and all that stuff. Wish me luck. I really hope I don't get super frustrated. It's pretty hard to sing in here or even talk. But you know what? I know that if the Lord is with me, who can stand against me? And that's facts. So I'm gonna be. It's my birthday, by the way. And I'm gonna be singing in this little dog crate. I don't really want to like celebrate it really. Like, I'm gonna be going to like this art show. I'm gonna be going to this art exhibit that friends of mine have put on, and that's gonna be pretty awesome. That's gonna be pretty sick. Yeah. I'm gonna be like going out and stuff, but it's gonna be like other people's things. I'm not really gonna be like celebrating my birthday. I might be using it to get free drinks, but honestly, I'm happiest just singing in this dog crate right now. I just gotta get the project done. Honestly, I just gotta get the project. I gotta get the song out today. I want the song out today. That way, when I'm talking with all these artists, I can be like, oh yeah, by the way. And it can be like a little bit of promo. And it can also be a way that I don't feel like a total fucking loser. Which is what this whole project has been about from the start. So, see you later.